What is going on, everybody? What is going on? As always, it's your boy Shonai, and today I am extremely excited to have David from Kinetic here to talk with us a little bit about Caspian. Welcome, David.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. Glad to have you on. You know, we had a little bit of trouble with the Wi-Fi in Singapore, but now we're live. We're gonna get it going here. So, David, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about Kinetic before we dive into Caspian.
Sure. So my background is more on the traditional finance side. I ran a trading desk for a very large hedge fund for many years. And I joined Kinetic about a year ago. Kinetic is an investment and advisory firm for blockchain-related companies. We have asset management, we do trading, we do markets and treasury management solutions for projects. Advisory business for companies looking to tokenize, and we're also very heavily involved in the community. We host a number of meetups and conferences and events, all sort of around thought leadership in blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Nice, that's awesome. That's awesome. And where are you guys located?
So our headquarters are in Hong Kong, but we have folks on the ground in Singapore as well as San Francisco.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I just met up with a bunch of you guys over in Singapore. First met you guys in Seoul, and just been really impressed with what you guys are doing. And yeah, one of the team members over at Kinetic introduced me to Caspian when I was in Seoul, South Korea for Beyond Blocks, and was telling me all about the platform you guys are building. And as soon as I heard about it, I said, this is pretty cool. This has some massive potential. So could you just give a little introduction of what Caspian is to the audience?
Yeah, sure. So as you heard me describe, we have a number of different business units, a lot of which require a robust trading system to be able to execute and manage trades. So when we were doing the business plans for Kinetic, sort of, I guess, summer of last year, we noticed there was a big deficiency and gap in the market for such trading systems. Most companies, funds, firms were hacking together their own bespoke means of executing trades and recording those trades, you know, through combinations of Python scripts, Excel, Google Sheets, user interfaces of the various different exchanges. And there was really no, you know, elegant solution for any professional trader to be able to manage all of that order flow. Order and workflow rather. So what we decided to do, rather than trying to build something from scratch, was partner with an existing firm who had done, or rather built trading systems for many years, which is a firm called Tora. So Kinetic formed a joint venture with Tora called Caspian. So what Caspian essentially is, it's a single interface, a portal, if you will, into all major crypto exchanges, whereby you can interact with those exchanges through our own custom-built trading algorithms. You can see all of your real-time and historical profit and loss and exposure around the various different positions that you might be trading or managing, and then generating all of the various different reports that you will need for either internal stakeholders, be it like traders, analysts, portfolio managers, as well as external stakeholders like investors or auditors or fund administrators, etc. And all of this is backed by 24/7 professional customer support.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So first off, I guess let's just touch on what kind of, like, you're going to support all exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, and all that. Is that right?
That's correct. So right now we are connected to 25 major digital asset exchanges. So as you mentioned, yeah, the Coinbases of the world, but you know, Binance, Bitfinex, Bitflyer, Huobi, BitMEX, OKX, really all the ones that have the majority of the liquidity. And going forward, all additional exchanges will be added through custom requests. So we feel like we've got a pretty strong enough network of exchanges in production now that we're going to let customers drive the progress going forward.
Awesome. Awesome. And on your website, it says an institutional grade trading platform. Does that mean this is more focused for institutions, or can me as like a trader just come in and utilize your platform and benefit from it as well?
So it's really it is available for anyone, but I mean, the reality is the product has a lot of depth of functionality. So the day-to-day, I guess, casual crypto trader might find the functionality a little bit too overwhelming potentially, unless you're a professional trader that trades crypto full time, where you probably need such robust functionality. But it is designed, I guess, in its first phase, more for funds, proprietary trading desks, OTC trading desks, and professional traders. And then in the future, what we are hoping to do is build more of a retail type version, but that is not phase one.
Cool. So for me as a trader, that I mean, I make a trade a month, maybe a couple a week if the market's looking really good. So that's not really made for me, but for those people that are sitting there for 12 hours a day, staring at the computer, staring at the screen, making arbitrage trades, things like that. It's potentially they could potentially use this to benefit their profit margins and stuff, right?
Yeah. This would be 100% up their alley. It would make their lives infinitely easier in terms of trading everything.
Awesome. That's cool, because I know a lot of people. I don't know if you're super well versed with the Twitter realm. I imagine you're probably not, because you're extremely busy. But there's a lot of really big traders in the Twitter realm, what we call crypto Twitter, and they sit online all day, making leverage trades and things like that. It's not really my thing, but I know a lot of people probably listening are very into that stuff. So, guys, this is definitely a platform that you can utilize. So diving into the next part, like, who's supporting Caspian? I know you guys, Kinetic's huge. It's massive. You got a huge presence over here in Asia as well as around the world. But I also know you have some other big names behind it. So who else is supporting you guys?
Yeah, sure. So just from a team perspective, so Tora is a company of around 250 people. Kinetic is a company close to 60 people. So we to date are sharing resources essentially, and specifically devoting a lot of those resources to Caspian. So I would say there's been approximately 70 to 80 people working just on the Caspian project for the last 9 months, the majority of which are developers. So of the 250 people at Tora, have 190 of them are developers. So 50 of them, the majority of which sit over in Romania and Tokyo, have been working on this project. But outside of our collective staff, we also have a number of key partners on board. So we've been working very closely with Mike Novogratz and the team over at Galaxy Digital, who have come on board as customers in the project, a strategic partner, as well as investors. We're also working with Ari Paul and his team over at Block Tower. We have a number of other strategic partnerships with the likes of Gemini, Octagon Strategy, BitMEX. There'll be a few more announcements about some pretty large partnerships that will be coming out in the next fortnight, so stay tuned for that. But really the idea is to have a strong ecosystem of exchanges, OTC providers, banks, fund administrators, as well as decentralized exchanges, to form, as well as custodians, to form, this ecosystem that essentially creates almost like a frictionless on-ramp for anyone that wants to trade professionally. So they have a trusted network of service providers that they can tap into if they ultimately onboard with the Caspian product. And we'll be integrating a lot of these, solutions into the Caspian workspace via API links and rendering third-party solutions in.
Awesome. And you guys are currently in the middle of fundraising right now. I think you're doing it mostly private, if I remember correctly. And you just had some big news come in from Galaxy Capital, who invested a large sum into what you guys are building. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So we've completed our private pre-sale round in a token sale that we're conducting, and we will be or in the process of putting together a whitelist for our private sale. Sorry, for our public sale, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. So for anyone who wants to find out more information on that, they can just go to our website, Caspian.tech, and all of the information will be there.
Awesome, awesome. And just so everybody knows that's listening, like they have 25 different exchanges connected to their platform, including Binance, Bitfinex, BitMEX, Bitstamp, Bittrex, GDAX, Gemini, Kraken, OKX, all the and way more. I'm not going to list all of them off right now, but it's huge. Has some massive potential. And is there anything else you want to share with the audience, David, about what you guys are building and what you're bringing forth?
Yeah, I think it's really the vision of Caspian, and I guess the industry is, as we look out to 2019, is this concept of institutionalization of the space. And I think there's some purists who might say, well, why is that important? The whole reason for cryptocurrency coming about in the first place was to have a decentralized monetary system, and something that ultimately is outside the realm of government and institutions. But I think the fact remains that if we want this asset class to really evolve into something that's going to drive the next wave of, or I guess the third web, as a lot of people like to term it, you need that institutional capital coming in to support a lot of these projects and initiatives. So we embrace the concept of institutionalization because we think it is ultimately a net positive for everyone working in the blockchain and crypto space. So, the idea behind this product to really have a top shelf service offering for any such institution wishing to enter into the crypto asset class, as well as any professional traders, will sort of drive that next that next leap forward into where we see the asset class going. And I think if you look at 2018, a lot of those building blocks, whether it's institutional custody or advancements and transparency or engagement with regulators, as well as liquidity providers coming to the market, all these things are key issues that we need to solve collectively. And Caspian, as a top shelf technology provider, sees our offering as a instrumental part of that story. So we're very excited going into 2019 as we get a lot more of customers onboarded and a lot more volume ultimately trading through the system. And we think it's going to send some great signals for not only our company but the industry as a whole, to see a lot more engagement and adoption with such a professional platform.
Nice, awesome. And I know you're in the middle of a sales right now, so you might not be able to directly answer this question, but do you have any time frame of when the sale might be over, and when specifically when someone can come on and utilize this platform?
So now, essentially, we're already onboarding customers. So if anyone would like to on board, certainly feel free to engage with us. There's a tab on our website saying "Contact Us," and you can click on that and enter in your various information if you're interested in onboarding. The sale will be completed in the month of October. And so the idea is that we will have a minimum viable utility of our token from day one, because we have a product and platform that is live, that the utility of the token will be able to be utilized on.
Awesome, awesome. And where can anyone that's listening, A, learn more about Caspian, and B, if they potentially want to use the platform, reach out to you to start to use it?
Yeah, well, I would encourage people interested to join our Telegram group, Caspian_tech, TECH, or alternatively, our website, Caspian.tech, where we have loads of videos with live demos. We have a lot of press that, I guess has come out over the past 6 months or so, as well as a lot of thought opinion pieces from various parts of our executive team about the space and the product. And certainly there is a wealth of information there, but definitely hit the contact us button if you have any additional questions or would like to speak with one of our sales reps.
Perfect. Awesome. And guys, all the links to the website and the Telegram will be right in the description below. So if you're listening and want to click right over, it'll be real simple for you to do so. David, I really appreciate you jumping on this call with me. I'm glad we got to share a little bit about Caspian with my audience. Guys, if you want a full in-depth review of Caspian, I actually wrote one. It's on im9.com. I'll also have that link in the description below. It has a little bit more detail in terms of how the platform is being built and a little bit more in-depth knowledge around it. But again, David, man, thank you so much for jumping on and taking the time to chat with us a little about what you guys are building.
Pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. We'll look forward to seeing what Caspian does in the future. And as always, guys, it's your boy Show 9. I will catch y'all next time.